is the main motto of that. Mainly what happened is our community people, we don't know much about these defense forces and the entry levels, how we can join and how we can start our career there and how we can study free of cost there. But because government and the defense forces and the military ministry of defense is expending expenses a lot of crores rupees for us, for especially for soldiers and the people who want to join there. They are expenses a lot of rupees, in crores of rupees. So we need to get the benefit of that. So we will start. I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know if you can see my screen or not.
Yes, we can see your screen, but still your voice is not clear actually.
Okay. Can someone also confirm whether my voice is not clear or am I audible clearly?
It's good now. When earlier when you joined, it was echo.
Yeah,
Now it's good. Fine now.
Yeah, it's better now.
It's better, right? So can we start with this flow?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So guys, here this is the first page of our presentation, like which already we introduced and we shared. And here is how to join defense forces as an officer and how you can study free of cost engineering, medicines like MBBS or MD, whatever you can do that. Everything you can study there with a free of cost. No need to expense anything. Just you need to clear that one exam. I will tell you everything. Almost 15 type of entries are there to enter into defense forces. Either it might be Army, Navy, Air Force. 15 types of options you have. As per your caliber and as per your education, you can enter. So let's go. Let's see. So already we gave us introduction of our CGC also. Yes, yeah. So basically, armed forces and defense forces classified into 4 types that are: first is army. The army officers, the army soldiers saved us from the land, and the navy, which saved us from the water or oceans, and the air force from the airways. And the fourth one is Indian Coast Guard. This is the other service of armed forces. And in Army, Navy, and Air Force, there are 3 types of commissions. First is NCOs, that is known as non-commissioned officers. And the second one is JCOs, Junior Commissioned Officers. And the third one is the COs, Commissioned Officers. Guys in the audience, anyone is from NCC background? Anyone having NCC? Anyone did NCC in the school or college anytime? Anywhere? Okay, so I'll tell you NCOs. Who is NCO officers? NCOs is a non-commissioned officer, that is like soldiers, havaldars. So I will show you the ranks as well, how you can identify the officers, so which rank he is. And the second one is JCO, means Junior Commission Officer. Junior Commission Officers are nothing but Subedar, Major, Ninth Subedar. These are the JCOs. And the COs is Commission Officer is Lieutenant, Major, Colonel, Brigadier, General, like that. So this is the ranks in the army. Here we have 3 forces: Army, Navy, and Air Force. Guys, first I will give you the overall brief description of these courses, and later I will tell you the joinings, how you can join, how you can study free of cost there. I will give all the details how you can do later part in the middle of the session. First, I will tell the overview of the defense forces. Why? Because we don't know much. Our community don't know much about the defense forces and their joining process and what are the benefits we will get after joining there. So this is the ranks. First, if you join Army, Navy, and Air Force as an officer, first you will get this position: lieutenant in the Army, and in the Navy, sub-lieutenant, and in the Air Force, flying officer. And after giving service of 2 years, you will become the captain. And then after 3 years, major, then lieutenant colonel, brigadier, major general, lieutenant general, and general. These are the hierarchies of the army officers. And the finally, last top one is the field marshal. Till now in our defense forces, only three field marshals were there. Very few people can reach up to the top level field marshal. Why? Because till their retirement, till the age of, I can say like to reach this field marshal level, it is a little bit difficult. A lot of people can't reach that position. Only general in army you can see, and in the navy admiral, and in the air force air chief marshal. They have the 4 stars, and 5-star officer is a very few. Only three officers till now in the different forces we have. 2 field marshal and 1 is the air marshal, air chief marshal. So that was a little bit their ranks. The 3 field marshal which I said you is 3 people. This first one is the field marshal Sam Manisher, and the third one is the field marshal Sam Kariyappa. So this is the Air Force officer who got the 5 ranks, so 5-star. You can see his collar, 5-star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So these 3 people only become the field marshal level position in the armed forces. Basically, up to the general rank only you can go. So we can now move on to the next slide. You can see the differentiation. First line is for the army ranks, second one is for Air Force, and third one is for Indian Navy. First is 2 stars. Only 2 stars is having it on the shoulder of anyone. You can easily identify that is the lieutenant. Spelling is little bit difficult, but the pronunciation is like lieutenant. The written part is like lieutenant, something like that, but you can call it as a lieutenant officer. And 3-star having the captain. Similarly, in the Air Force, 1 strip is a flying officer, 2 strips is a lieutenant or flight lieutenant. Like that in the Navy also, 1 strip with the circle in the center is called a sub lieutenant, and the 2 strip with the circle on the second strip is called a lieutenant. Like this goes on, and the last rank is general with sword and 1 star and 1 emblem. That is the army top officer, top level high who is commanding the army. The rank is general, and the person who is commanding the Air Force, his rank is Air Chief Marshal, and the person who lead the Navy is called admiral. These are the ranks and positions. Once you become officer and start your career as a lieutenant in the army, you can till your retirement easily you can reach the brigadier or major general. If your performance was good, then you can achieve these last 2 positions. Same as Air Force also and the Navy also. Till the 8th level, 8th position, 6th, 7th position you can easily achieve, but the last 2 positions were little bit tough. The selection and the promotion part is very tough. That's what. In the equivalent rank for the army officers and the Navy officers and the Air Force in the police department is the person who becomes the IPS officer is the equivalent rank. Once you become the lieutenant officer, that officer is equivalent to the IPS officer in the police department. Like this is the position for the police department: first assistant superintendent of police, then additional superintendent police with the emblem, and 1 star, 1 emblem is the superintendent of police. And the same like 2 stars and 1 emblem is the superintendent of police. Then deputy inspector, DIG, we can call it as DIG, IG, additional DIG, IG, like that. So 1 lieutenant officer is equivalent to the IPS officer. The benefits, both we can get it. In the army, we can get a lot of benefits, but in the police department as an IPS also, you can't get the much benefits as the army officers get. Here we can see 2 types of commissions are there in the army, Navy, and in the Air Force. Basically, in Air Force, first is a permanent commission, and the second one is a short service commission. What is permanent commission? Can someone tell me? Audience, I have a question for you. What is permanent commission and what is short service commission? Anyone can answer me this?
Hello.
Yes.
Permanent means maybe 5 years, 10 years services or 15 years. It's a short service basis like this.
Okay. You are right, but you gave the answer for the short service commission. In that, you can serve for 5 years, 10 years, and 14 years is the last limit for the short service commission.
Hmm.
But I appreciate for giving the answer. Thank you so much for answering us. And for the permanent commission is nothing but till your age is 58, you can serve the nation. That is the permanent commission, full-time officer. This is also short-term service also. You can give full service for 5 years, 10 years, and last limit is 14 years. After that, you have to have retired from the services. That is the short service commission for last 14 years. Minimum is 5 years. And for the permanent commission, you will be an officer for 58 to 60 years. 58 is the last limit. After that, till that 58 years of age, you can reach the position up to the brigadier or major general. Okay, now we can move on to the next slide. Sorry. Yes. Any questions? Can we share the presentation? If you have any question, please ask me right now. Yes, anyone? Okay, I have one question. Till now, anyone from our audience of 22 candidates, anyone of you wrote any defense exam?
AFCAT exam.
FCAT. Okay. What was the result for that?
A result mean thereafter will be SSB. We have attended the SSB interview first level.
Okay.
GD and picture presentation, 5 days of interview.
Yes.
We
Yes.
are eliminated in second day program. So after cleared after AFCAT.
Okay. So that means you went SSB till the first screening level or the next?
Screening level we are unqualified.
Okay, okay, screening level. Okay. And after that, you didn't try.
What's that?
After the screening of FCAT, you didn't try for the any other exams.
No, sir. After we have applied for SSB for 42, for permanent, there are 2-3 times I attend, but one level is will be completed. Second in some GD and
Okay.
individual task is there. Not the second time there will be not. That's why I left it.
Okay, okay, okay. So you attend only for one interview, that is FCAT till the screening level.
Hmm.
Okay. And any other forces have you applied, like the Navy or Army? No. Okay, so we'll continue. So as I told you, the permanent commission and the short service commission. So we will now let us know. Permanent commission means a career in the Army, Navy, Air Force till you retire. Final. So how you can join in the permanent commission? How you can join as a permanent commission officer? So for that, you need to clear the NDA exam. Here you can see NDA and IMA, Indian Military Academy. The two are the academies you can join for the permanent commission officers. And for the short service commission, you have 10 years and 15 years of service. Then you can join as a OTA. OTA is a training academy, officers training academy. There you can join for short service commission. So the candidate who got selected for the NDA National Defense Academy exam and NA Naval Academy exam, CDS Combined Defense Services exam, and INEET Indian Navy examination test. These all the exams who has cleared. Once they clear the exam, they can go for the permanent commission for Navy, the Naval Academy, which is located at Azimada, Kerala, Kochi, in the Arabian Sea. And for the people who want to join as a permanent commission officer into the Air Force, they need to clear either NDA, National Defense Academy exam, or CDS exam, or FCAT exam for Indian Air Force. The people who clear all these, any of the 3 exams, they can join Air Force Academy, Dundigal, which is located in the Hyderabad. And for the helicopter training, fighter pilot training, they need to again clarify clear the Air Force exam, AFCAT exam. Once you clear the AFCAT exam, they will again retake the next exam for you to check whether you are eligible and fit for becoming a pilot officer or not. Once you are clear that pilot exam, they will give you options. You can become either a helicopter pilot or fighter pilot, anything. Whatever the available option at that time when you are joining, they will give you the training for that. And the next slide is, you can see the flags. These are the Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force flags. The flags you can see. The first one is Army flag, red color. Have you seen? This one is the Army flag, the whole red color with the swag and emblem, and then the 1/4 of the portion have the flag, Indian flag. Similarly, like Navy, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, and Coast Guard. So these were the flags of their respective armed forces. And active, you can see the active people in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Indian Army active people in the sense like they are on the ground, they are presently in the border, or they are giving their duties, they are serving their duties. So you can see 12,20,000 people are on ground actively serving the nation in the Indian Army, and the reserve people, reserve force are 9,91,000. That's how India is the third largest armed forces. And same as Indian Navy has this 67,109 for the active personnel, and 55,000 is the reserve force. Same like Air Force has 1,40,139 is the active people, and 1,40,000 is the reserve forces. You know, reserve forces means what? Anyone have any questions? A reserve force is nothing but the back end, the next force. Like the Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force have the one more entry. I will tell you at the last. Remind me. If I forgot, remind me. Okay. So now we can see the top people of Army, Navy, and Air Force. This is the topmost Indian Army general. The last year when I made this presentation, at that time, these are the people who lead the three forces. Army is led by this person, and Navy and Air Force. These are the top positions, top level Army, Navy, and Air Force officers. And you can see the salutes also differ. Army salutes is like flat, and the Navy is down to earth, and the Air Force is about the sky, showing the sky, right? Okay, so next slide. These are the cards for these people. Which one would you choose? And the next is facilities to the officers. They have the medical facility for the health and the family. Family includes their wife, children, and the parents as well. In our corporate companies, like only we will have the medical facility in few offices, like for ourselves and our wife and spouse and children. Not available for parents, but these different forces giving the opportunity, the facility for the parents as well. And after that, free education to the children in KB, Kendra Vidyalaya schools, Army public schools, Air Force schools, and colleges. And after that, apartments with all the facilities and luxurious life you will have. And most importantly, you will have the canteen facility. Do anyone know what is canteen facility? What is canteen? For the Army, Navy, and Air Force people, we have one facility called canteen. Any idea?
Groceries, liquor, like they are will be provided in card.
Exactly. Canteen is nothing but like a shopping malls, how we have DMart and every other one like that. For the Army, Navy, and Air Force, we will have one big malls we have. And the facility there is, they will give you one card, canteen card. If you have that card, means you, your family, your whole relatives will get the benefit with that. Example, if you want to buy a bullet, or any bullet bike. Example, the prices for bullet is 1 lakh, but you will get in the army, navy, and air force canteen is 60,000. You will get, and with 60,000 you can get it instead of price for 1 lakh. Why, you know? Why? Because they don't have any taxes, no GST, no taxes, nothing. That's what the cost is. The cost for bullet bike is instead of 1 lakh market price, you can get it at 60,000 if you have the canteen facility, canteen card. For everything, I'll just give you one example, but for everything, you will get that much of discount. And the person who told about the liquor and all that also, you can get everything. So see, these are the just the proverbs for the every force, army, navy, and air force. For the air force, freedom beyond the imagination you have, and for the army, power with responsibility, and the navy, awards and achievements and blessed life. Guys, my flow is correct. We can go ahead with that, or do I need to do any my speed fast or low like that? Friends, I would like to hear from you. It will be good if you could is having the two sessions. I will give all the answers which I am getting in the questions on the chat. I will give answers at the last of the session. Anything? It will be
No, I
better.
think it's okay. Yeah, go ahead. It's good.
Okay, sir. But thank you for responding. So now you have two options to join defense forces. The two options are like one is writing the exam and you can go, and the second one is direct entry. You don't need to write any exam directly. You can go for the interviews. If you got selected, you will be officer in any force. The first one is through the written exam. So in that, the entrance exam, you can see the definition I wrote here. Here you need to write the entrance exam one first. Once you clear the entrance exam, then you will have an interview, which known as SSB. SSB is nothing but Service Selection Board. There will be a board who will judging you whether you are fit for the armed forces or not. So that's what it is called as SSB, Service Selection Board interview, that will be conducted for 5 days, as one of our participants told earlier. So 5 days interview. First, you need to clear the entrance exam, then 5 days interview, and once you clear both the parts, finally the medical test. So that's how. I am requesting guys, please. Hello? Yes. Okay. So that was the first one entry to the written exam. And second entry for the direct entry. You no need to write any kind of exam. Just you need to apply for it. Once your application got shortlisted, you will directly call for the interview, SSB interview, that is the 5 days interview. Okay. That is here. Once you clear that exam, you need to just go for the medicals. Once your medical report is also fit and fine, you can you are eligible to join armed forces. They will call you. So the next one is this is the program for army. At the entrance, they will push this. Do you have it? Do you have it?
Moiz bhai, your voice is echoing. I think you have two account actually. Can you unmute? Can you mute one?
I have. Yes, yes. Okay.
आप अपना presentation भी है ना भाई, उसको download कर लो और slide show open करो. With that, it will be more bigger to us because it is appearing very small actually.
Okay.
आप उसको presentation को download करो और presentation को ऐसे slide show start करो.
Okay, now it is fine. Now it is good.
नहीं अभी दिख रहा नहीं है, like start a slideshow.
I already started. Okay, let's check once again.
आपने अपना कंप्लीट स्क्रीन शेयर किया था या ओनली जस्ट जीमेल एप्लीकेशन?
स्क्रीन पूरा शेयर किया था मैंने. One second, I'll check.
Just stop it, reshare.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'm doing it. How it is visible? Hello?
नहीं नहीं, it is not visible.
अभी भी नहीं आ रहा?
नहीं.
Okay, let me check here. Now?
It is appearing now. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
अभी आप करो ना, आप है ना इनेबल एडिटिंग करो और स्लाइड शो पे जाओ.
Okay,
जस्ट क्लिक ऑन इनेबल एडिटिंग.
yes. Now?
नहीं अभी आपने कुछ किया है, then again it is not appearing to us.
Now it is. Permanent, now it is sure.
नहीं अभी नहीं दिख रहा है, बीच में दिख रहा था वो, but somehow it is not visible.
अभी देखिए.
Now it is coming.
Okay, भाई.
आप स्लाइड शो पे जाओ,
Slide show में
ऊपर
जाओ.
टॉप पे
या
जाओ.
F11 दबाइए, F11 दबाने से भी आ जाएगा.
From current slide.
Okay, from current slide.
Hmm.
Now, full screen.
Now yes, it is visible now.
Okay. Okay, so we were at this slide. This slide always there in the army selection centers wherever you go. It is in the front. First, you can see this slide, and they will asking you the question: do you have it in you? Whenever you are going for the SSB interview, so you need to check it. And this is just a simple slide. You can identify the Air Force and Army and Navy. Now here, your most awaited thing for you. That are the entries, how you can join the Army, Navy, and Air Force after +2 and 10th level. After your 10th standard, you can join as a soldier, the Army, Navy, and Air Force, as well as Home Guard in the Police Department. Previously, it was there in Police Department to join as a Home Guard, but nowadays, no Home Guard position in Police Department. Nowadays, from the the least position is a constable. You need to join in the constable position after your +2 intermediate. And after your 12th class, you can join police department as a constable. And in the Army, Navy, and Air Force, we have one exam, written exam called NDA, that is National Defense Academy exam, which is the sufficient exam for all three forces, tri-forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force. Once you clear this exam, they will call you for the interview. Once you are done with the interview, they will ask you 3 questions. The number 1 question is, after anyhow you did your intermediate, so after your once you join the forces, so what you need to pursue in your as your graduation. So you can tell them as you want to do any engineering, you can say, sir, I want to do engineering. Same like for MBBS, for any law graduate, you can tell that they will teach you all this and they will give you that much training. You can become the engineer, doctor, and anything. Whatever you want to study, you can tell them first question. And the second question, they would like to ask which force you want to join, Army, Navy, and Air Force. You can give your priority to the forces, which force you want to. And the third question, they will ask for the people especially who want to join for the as a pilot officer or anything. They would like to ask the question, you want to become a fighter pilot, helicopter pilot, commercial pilot, or the cargo pilot. You need to give your response. They will again check your ability with that test. If you clear the test, you will be eligible to become an officer, to become a pilot in the forces. In all tri-forces, everyone, every time they have the opportunities and availabilities for the pilots and all. You can join as a pilot in all 3 forces. You can't say only Air Force having the opportunity to join as a pilot. No, it is not right. In the Navy also they want pilots Army also they want pilots. So that's what you can join. And the next entry is direct entry. As I already told you in the previous slides, direct entries. TES entry. TES is nothing but technical entry scheme. It was available only in the army, but now it is available in the navy also and air force also. After your 12th class, you can apply for TES entry, technical entry scheme. Nowadays, the notification is released from the navy. They need technical entry officers. So once if you are an intermediate student with MPC, PCM, you can apply for the TES entry. If your application got shortlisted there, they will call you for the SSB interview. That will be for 5 days. Once you are done with the SSB interview, clear that interview, they will call you for the medicals. And once you fit and find they got the clear report from your side about your health, then you will be in the forces. And once you join for TES also, they will ask you which force. You need to separately apply for Army, Navy, and Air Force from this entry. Once you apply that, and clear all the interview and the medical test. Once you're done with that, they will teach you the engineering in their colleges. If you got selected with this entry, we have one college of Army, Army Electronic Electrical College here in the Dundigal somewhere. They will send you here, and you can study that engineering. And after that, written exams. Once you're done with the graduation, next entry for the graduate people. If you are done with the graduation, you have 3 entries in the army to join army as an officer. One is the CDS, that is nothing but Combined Defense Services exam. This exam is also for all 5 services, Army, Navy, and Air Force, all 3 services. This exam. You need to clear this exam first, and this CDS exam and NDA exam is conducted every year twice, 2 times in a year. Every 6 months, this exam will be there. Why? Because Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force have the shortage of officers in their streams, in their forces. That's why they are conducting every year 2 times this exam. But unfortunately, we people, that means our community people, don't know all these things. So every 6 months, you can attend this exam till your age is 24. 24 years is the last age for joining Army, Navy, and Air Force with the CDS entry exam. And same as in the Navy, also CDS and INET. INET is nothing but the Indian Navy examination test. Navy conducted separate test for people who are interested to join the Navy, separate exam for Navy. And same like Air Force also conducted the separate exam also like FCAT. FCAT is nothing but Air Force Common Entrance Test, Common Admission Test. All these entries are the permanent commission. So that's how these are the entries. After graduation, you can join. And the last entry is in the Indian Army. You can see after graduation is that TA. TA, I will tell you later. Okay. The age limit for the Army, Navy, and Air Force is 24. And few entries, few options, you have the age of 27 also for few entries. And now the last entry is direct entry. In that we have 5 types of different streams, different programs. One is the UES. How you can see after 12, after 10 plus 2 TES, technical entry scheme, same as like in the direct entry after graduation, you can see UES. UES is nothing but University Entry Scheme. University Entry Scheme. Here also after your graduation, you need to apply for UES Entry Scheme. Once your application got shortlisted, they will call you for the interview. That is nothing but SSB for 5 days. And after your SSB, again medical test will be there. Once you clear all these 3 rounds, you will be in the forces as an officer. Second is nothing but TGC, is a technical graduate course entry. That entry is especially for the engineers. It might be any engineer. Either you can say software engineer, civil, mechanical, electrical, electronic, any engineer. That entry for specially that people, technical graduate entry in the Army and Navy. And the third one is the SSC Tech, nothing but Short Service Commission Technical Officer it is. Here also only BTech or BE people can apply. And the fourth is the JAG. It is nothing but joint advocate general exam, something. These four entries is especially for the law graduates. Law graduate, the people who is a law graduate, they can apply for it. And you can see in the movies also, Indian Army, Navy, or Air Force, they have the separate courts for them, their officers. If someone can commit any crime or anything, they will having the separate court, they will having the separate hearings from their officers. Okay. So that how. And the last one is the NCC entry scheme for the Army, Indian Army. For all three forces having this entry, NCC special entry. Every year they will conduct one special drive for the NCC candidates. It might be for Army, Navy, and Air Force. All three offices. So that's how in NCC entry also just only interview and medical test. That's it. Same as in the Navy, UDS exam, university entry scheme, and this one NCC entry, and this one last entry. And for Air Force also UDS exam and NCCs. And for the Coast Guard we have a SSA exam. So that's how this many entries we have. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 14. And nowadays we will having another 2, 3 schemes. One is the Agniveer. You can heard Agniveer or Agnipath. They will Agniveer and Agnipath is another entry in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. You can join there as a after your intermediate. Once you done with your intermediate, you can apply for that scheme, Agnipath scheme. In that, you will have the 5 years of service option. Once you are done with the 5 years of service, you can be you will be a graduate in that 5 years, and you will retire after 5 years. After retirement, you can get 11 lakh rupees after all the facilities and everything. You will get 11 lakh rupees. The Agnipath scheme is also available in all three forces: Army, Navy, and Air Force. You can apply. And apart from that, there is one more scheme called AM Army Armed Forces Medical College is one college. The people who want to become doctor, they think like only they have one option, that is a NEET option. Once they need to clear that NEET exam and you can go for the MBBS or MD, anything. But here you can have one more option like Army Medical College. For that, you need to apply for it and you need to write one exam. If you clear with that exam, you don't need to pay a single rupee for that. You can become a doctor there as a free of cost. In Army, they require doctors as well, but nowadays the people who can become directly doctors from their own money or their talent, they won't go to the defense forces, Army, Navy, Air Force. That's how these Army people, defense forces started this exam, Armed Forces Medical College exam. In that, they will train the candidate, they make the doctors, and they can give. Once you become doctor from that college, they will give you the for service also in their colleges, their hospitals. Once you're done with the education from their college, you become an MBBS. You will have two options. In your two hands, you will get two things. First, you will get the MBBS degree, and the second, you will get the service letter from the Army, Navy, and Air Force officer. Any service, you will get this office letter, offer letter. So these is the entries. And one more for especially for girls, we have MNS entry. MNS is nothing but military nursing services. There only the girls can join. You can become a nurse over there in their colleges, and you will get the opportunity also to serve the nation in the hospitals of Army, Navy, Army college, Army hospitals like that. So totally, I explained you 13 types of entries, 14 types of entries. Please, you can see all this what we discussed till now: CDS, Combined Defense Service Academy exam, and National Defense Academy exam, Women Entry Special, Women Special Entry, Judge Advocate General. Only for the judges or advocates they have this entry. Technical Graduate Entry, National Cadet for NCC, and TA. TA is nothing but the Territorial Army. This option you will have after your graduation. You have this option till your age 48. Age limit is 48. You can apply for this entry. For the Territorial Army, you have one option. You should be a graduate first. Second, you should be work in somewhere. It might be any office, any company, or your own business or something. then only you can eligible to write this exam. Once you got selected for this exam, they will give you the opportunity as a part-time officer, part-time army officer. In that, you need to serve only 3 months in a year. For the regular officers, those who become through the NDA and NDA, CDS, Combined Defense Service Academy exam and NDA exam, they will become the permanent officer. So they need to serve in a year 10 months. 2 months they have holidays. For every year, 2 months holidays. In that holiday period, these people play a major role, territorial army people. These people have only 3 months of service in a year, and the 9 months they can do their own work or their job or their business, whatever they want to do. But the facilities, these people also get the same facilities as a regular officer. This part-time officer also get the same facilities, all these things, everything, canteen facility, everything. Pay also same, and position also same, ranks also same, everything. So that is the special entry. This also a lot of people don't know what is TA, Territorial Army Officer. These people are the reserved army, the reserve people. These are option also have in all three forces. Army also have that option, Air Force and Navy, everyone. So you can see university entry scheme, Army College, and 10+2 technical entry scheme, Army Education Corps, Officers Training Academy, Combined Defense Academy. So here you can see the just overview of 5 days of interview. Till now we heard SSB interview, 5 days interview, SSB interview. So what is that? We can see in the details here. So when you went for the interview, for the very first day, you will have one test, two tests actually, OIR test. OIR is nothing but Officers Intelligence Rating Test. Guys, this reason, if anyone want to become an army, navy, and army officers, you should have the OIR. These qualities. It is nothing but 515. There is a 15 OLQs. OLQs is nothing but officers like qualities. You should have all 15 qualities. In that qualities also, they will check you. They will test you. Once you have all these qualities, or at least out of 15, if you have 7, 8 qualities, you will be an officer, and remaining qualities they will teach you in their trainings. So first test, that is only OIR test. Second, psychology test. Third one is a group task interview, and fourth day you will have same group task interview, and the fifth day have conference. So here you can see some slides. The first slide is the group interview, that one group discussion, and this is the test. Test is going on, psychology test here, and the third one is we will having the group task interview test, GTO, short form they will known as, and the fourth one is reporting day, when you are reporting or dispatching from the selection center. That is here is a detail of 5 days what they will conduct it. So if anyone not wants this, I can share it. I can tell you in details. You can see I applied for it 2-3 times. You can see test number 14, serial number 15. You can see, and in the second line you can see my name also, Mirza, Moiz, Baig, the 15 serial number. So that's how there will be selection procedure for Army, Navy, and Air Force. Here in detail, what will be the types of interviews will be there for 5 days. I wrote in the details. First day, as I told you, screening test. In the screening test, some verbal and non-verbal questions was there, and PPDT is one test. They will show you one picture for 30 seconds, and after that they will give you 3 minutes. You need to write a story on that picture. What is there actually in that picture? 3 minutes. Same like for second day psychological test. They will be having 4 types of tests: AT, VATS, SRT, and SG. Everything is, they are checking your officer's quality, officer like quality you have or not in all these 3 tests. Same as the third day lecture, you need to, they will give you one topic, you need to give a lecture on that. GD, group discussion, and the command task, and GPE, group progressive task. So like that, in the 4th day, progressive group task, PGD is a progressive group task, SGT is half group task, and FGT is full group task, and IO means individual obstacles, snake race, all these activities. And the 5th day is nothing, no physical activity. Starting 2 days, you have the classroom activities. Next 2 days, third day and fourth day, you have a ground activity. And the last final day, you have the conference meeting with the officers. There will be a board of 11 members or 8 members or at least 7 members sitting in round table conference, and you are only the one person over there. So you need to explain all the things, whatever they ask me to tell this. So that's how the 5 days of interview. And these are the few glimpses of GTO when I perform group task office in the SSB. Here also, the first picture is for like the, and this is the group task, and the third and fourth pictures. And these people who got selected when I was there in the assembly. Out of these 7 people, got only 3 selected. And this for your for your motivation, I keep this. See, in the first photo, the father is an Air Force officer and 2 daughters. One is naval officer and this army officer. In the bottom, one brother is an army officer and sister is a brother is an Air Force officer and sister is an army officer, like that. So that's all. What I told you, if anyone wants to join Army, Navy, and Air Force as an officer, first they need to have the OLQs. I said you right, 15 OLQs officers like qualities. These are the 15 qualities. First factor, they will check these 4 qualities. First is the effective intelligence quality, you have it or not. Second is the reasoning ability you have or not. Third is the organizing ability you have or not. And the fourth is the power of expression. These first factor. And the second factor, social adjustment. They will ask you to check for the social adaptability you have or not, cooperation, sense of responsibility. That's, and in the third factor, they will check social effectiveness, initiative you can take or not in the defense, and the self-confidence, speed of decision making, ability of influence group, and liveness. And the fourth factor, they will check determination, courage, and stamina. For these qualities only, I will show you in one more picture. These are the officers like quality. First factor, they will check for mind. They will check your brain and mind abilities, you have it or not. Second factor, they will check your heart, how your heart is. And the third is like your capacity, yours. And fourth is your stamina, like that. So this is the proverb for army. They will post in their gates or their offices like, may God have mercy on our enemies, but we won't. I hope you can understand. And see, our most celebrities also an army officer, Air Force officer. I told you, right? There we have a last entry called TA, Territorial Army Program. And the Sachin Tendulkar have a group captain, and the MS Dhoni is a colonel, lieutenant colonel in one parachute regiment. And this Mohanlal also a territorial army officer. This is the Sachin pilot. You can see these big celebrities also, the government and the armed forces give one honorary rank for them. They are also part-time army officers or Air Force officers. So for showing you, I add this slide as well. So that's it from the today's session. These are the important links you have. If you want to join army, you can click on that and see all the available opportunities you have for the Navy and Air Force Coast Guard and IPS, IAS also I added. That's it from my end. If you have any questions or any queries, please ask. You can give comments also. How was the presentation and the experience? It is good, bad, anything.
Very good presentation, Moiz bhai, and to all the audience, like you can just ask directly. आप unmute कर सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि इंग्लिश में पूछना है. Whatever language you are comfortable, please ask, and chat पे भी you can put your question. Thank you for a very good overview, Moiz bhai, on this topic.
Thank you so much, Shobhai, for encouraging me to join there. Guys, anyone have any questions? They can ask directly.
तो आपने ट्राई किए तो ऐसा आपका नहीं हुआ अभी तक, like what happened actually?
So like 4 times I applied. पहली बार तो written exam ही clear नहीं हुआ.
Okay.
Second time पे exam clear हुआ लेकिन interview in the first, the people who got rejected in the very first day screening, they will call as screening people, screening or screen out. वो हो गया, फिर लास्ट में जो 4th डे 5th डे करके जाते हैं उनको बोलते हैं कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग। तो मेरा एक बार कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ, एक बार स्क्रीन हुआ, एक बार मेडिकल भी क्लियर हो गया सब कुछ, बट मेरिट लिस्ट में नाम नहीं आया, इसकी वजह से नहीं हुआ।
Okay.
Guys, anyone